Alright, what do we think? That says damn makes no difference 8 o'clock, right? Yeah, to hell with it. Let's get started on the stream. Good evening. Buongiorno. I hope this is working. I think it's live. Obviously, this is the first stream that I've attempted to do on the channel. Probably in about, what, 2+ years? Ah, there he is. Reese, let me know. Is it all sounding fine? Can someone let me know? If it is, before we get started and properly talk about why we're here and all that, Kenny, first things first, mate. You've got the similar thing that my missus does, where it's bleach, just too much, right? There's such a thing as too much when you're doing this sort of stuff. Yesterday she was cleaning up in here, and I was sitting here, and you just got this at the back of the throat, and you're like, what? Why? Why do they need to use so much of the damn stuff? Just chill with it, right? That's don't want you passing out. I need the views, to be honest. But yeah, good evening. Hope everyone's well. Obviously, I put a post up on the community tab. Was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago? Roughly saying, what do we think about doing the odd live stream? Now, I'll be honest, I'm not up for doing this on my own, but we'll talk about that properly later on. But the Monster Energy included OCD. Fair enough. Cheers for letting me know everything's working, Reese. But yeah, I'm not really up for doing this all on my own. But I thought, because the channel's just recently hit 800 subscribers, I thought, I need to do something on my own first before we start doing proper streaming, because it's a bit of a milestone, I think, to be honest, and I want to test that everything's working. So here we are on a Saturday night, pretty much unplanned, with no real advertisements of any sort from me, other than just I'll throw a page up a couple of days early. But I am ready if you want some backup. Yes, don't worry, Reese. I'll get onto that for sure in a bit. But yeah, basically, I just wanted to come on tonight and just say thank you for the fact that the channel's gone past 800 subs. I know there's only, what was it, 9 people watching it now or whatever. But obviously, numbers don't mean much to me, if I'm being totally honest. I just do this for fun. But for some odd reason in my mind, there's people who always give it the whole, obsession of numbers. And there's one person I know of, in fact, is the reason why I started this channel originally. It was obsessed with numbers, and I thought, I ain't going to be like that. I don't want to be like that. This is purely for fun, and fuck the rest of it. Kenny, yeah, I've got myself a gaming chair in the studio. Hang on, I'll just have a quick vape for you while I'm here. Shit like that. Well, we're not going to talk about that, right? Let's just leave that. But hang on a minute, I'm going to stick some music on in the background. Let's start with Toto, Africa. Take it away. Hopefully you should be able... I had one and it blew apart. It actually just fell to bits. I thought, well, I'm not buying another one. It's just like, there's no way I'm buying a second one, because I think it cost me like 150 quid. And I thought, the only way you're going to get another one that's of a better quality for the wind is spending about 500. And I'm like, fuck that. I'd rather buy a garage, I think. To be honest, and just assemble it myself. And then it'll fall apart within 10 seconds, to be honest. All good. Tommy, my man, I'm all good. Things kind of puttering along. That's all you can do now. Hello, make sure you give me all your money. like the green trampoline war that raged a few years ago. Yeah. Well, was it last year I had the trampoline. Fuck's sake. It was last year I had the gazebo up, and we got those weather warnings. So I took it down a bit, and then it all flew up again. They're like, fuck. Like, and it actually scratched the car. So I thought, that's it, just get it to fuck. I can't be bothered with it. There's no more eloquent way of putting that. Just get it to fuck. Mind that hurricane back. Yeah, what was that called that we had last year? Was it? There's a lot of shite anyway. But I'm not bothering buying one of them again. The one thing I did see was you can get it's like a garage, but it's a car tent. It's what is it you call it? It is like a car tent, but you just search for that on Amazon, and that's like 500 quid. You're like, pfft. But it is the proper deal. But you think for 500 big ones, nah, man, I'm not paying that. No way. Not for a piece of tarp that's probably going to end up getting flung out somewhere anyway. The wind will catch it. You see people actually put it in, and then they put the pegs in the ground, and then they've got to start cementing the poles in, and you go, why? Just build something. Yeah, Reese, it isn't the best idea. It's really not. Did you have one? Because that's like... what have you not said? I don't think that would work, to be honest. Nah, sorry, but I don't want to hear Karma Chameleon or that. Yeah, we'll go for a still haven't found what I'm looking for. Good idea, Kenny. 4 sheds into one. Do you know what I was thinking? I need to extend the driveway, right? Because as it stands now, I've just got Scarlett kind of sat on 2 slabs of cement that I put down. I want to get her pushed back further, but it's going to cost a fortune to do that, because I've got to dig up the garden and then put in a slab to level it all out. But what I was thinking was, if I level that all out, I can then put posts in the corners and kind of like build a roof, if that makes sense. And that way it'll kind of make it a bit more solid rather than using a tarp. When I had the MG at the house, alright, so about a shipping container. Could you imagine? The council for a start. Never mind that. The police. They would be at the door. Like, I've got a shipping container in your garden. Get yourself chased. There's no chance you get away with that. A shipping container. It'd probably be very well insulated though. Give it that. I just never thought having one of those car tents, as much as it looks like it would be solid to begin with, they fall apart. There is a video I watched on YouTube about it. Someone had one that was about 4 years old, and it just started ripping to bits. Keep a Rottweiler chained to it. Look, let's be honest. See if you had a shipping container in the drive with a Rottweiler attached to it. How many hours do you think you would get away with that before there was a knock at the door? 5 minutes probably, and then the police would be saying, why is that car in there, and is it stolen? And then can you move it till we can find what else you've got stashed in there behind it? That's probably what would happen. Yeah. Good to see a few people in tonight. I just thought I'd do this one randomly. So, for those that might watch this after this has gone out, basically, I'm going to start doing a live every month. I'll do it once a month, but I ain't doing it alone. I'm going to have the Lone Ranger on with me once we get the last of the teething issues sorted out. And then 5 minutes. He's going to be on with me. And we'll do an hour, 2 hours. Probably do it on a Saturday night. Probably starting next weekend, I think, hopefully. Do it properly from next week. I just, again, tonight wanted to come on, just do this one on my own and just say muchly for getting over 800. Probably by the time this stream's finished, it'll be down to about 600 again. But you know what's really weird about that is I was looking through the analytics, and this year alone, it's gone up to... Again, it's, you know, I hate making a point of saying this because I'm just not that much of an arsehole, but analytics bores the shit out of it. It just bores me rigid, right? See, looking at it, you can get really obsessed, and I don't want to be that sort of person, but I had a quick fleeting look before coming on tonight, and when you seen it was put it into this year alone, it was like 170 odd subs. I didn't think it was that much this year, but there you go. So last year was a slow year. This year has been quite a good one, and I'll admit a lot of that is down to probably three things. One, Reese, the Lone Ranger, for spamming shit here, there, and everywhere, which because I don't do it. Then you've got reason number two, which would probably be the bumpers in the park videos, or shite in the park. Have you seen? Fuck off, Wham. This playlist's no very good. Hang on. I'll leave that one on. I like Fleetwood Mac. What was I saying? When I went to film Shite in the Park, got a bit of a bump from that. And what was the other one? Oh, the video at the start of the year, the 5-minute rant that I went down to Scarlet and filmed about the highway code changing. I got a bit of a bump. But yeah, channel's doing well on that front, but the numbers, can I give a fuck? Maybe if we just walk out. It's everything. It's bigger than I will. Yeah. Good idea, Kenny. It's one to definitely keep, for sure. I could, however, move down to Irvine and rent a car, rent an office space. And yeah, Tommy, do you know what? I just glanced to see it there. I thought, damn, someone got ahead of me. Yeah, I'll move down to Irvine, actually. Plenty of real estate available there. Might even be some new places opening up for me. Future caravans. Could you imagine? No thanks. I like it down the shore, as they call it, down Irvine Way. Sockets and all that. I like it down there. I prefer it to being up in Glasgow sometimes, to be honest. I would rather the country bumpkin lifestyle. Unlike my missus, she would rather be here. She'd like to live in Shawlands, right in the city centre. God, I couldn't be annoyed with the parking. That's true, Tommy, that's true. Sorry, Thomas. That's true. That's true. I've seen this how there's, yeah, Kenny, Tommy. I feel bad for Reese because Reese watches the channel from like the car days only, so he doesn't know about anything to do with the past. So I try not to talk about it, obviously, but as this is a one-off the night, fuck it, we might as well. Who in their right fucking mind, right? Hang on, right, I'm going to stop Fleetwood Mac for a minute. Who in their right fucking mind, right, in the middle of everything that's going on in this shit show that is the world, would sit in a room, in their bedroom that, as far as we're all led to believe, they don't even pay the rent in, and proclaim that you should give them money because their cameras are showing their age so that they can continue their hobby, because it's not a business. it actually fucking blows my mind, right? I've said fuck all for 2.5 years intentionally, and I'm not really saying anything tonight that's not already been said, right? Everyone knows it. It's a fucking shambles and a disgrace. I don't get it, right? See how someone's talking about their camera showing their age when there is all this shit going on in the world. I'm sorry, but if you can't understand how to work the fucking settings on your DSLR, you shouldn't be in the game. Plain and simple. That is that factual. This is a mirrorless camera that I've got hooked up to my computer setup that I've got here that I've been building over the last couple of months. All I've got here is a light. I've got two screens. I've got my mic, my boom arm, and my camera. That's it. And I'm pumping out a video onto YouTube right now. What the fuck? I was watching TVP's video on Thursday night, right? And he put up that video of, he put up the picture of that office space, right? Rammed with gear. Rammed to make a fucking video that lasts 10 minutes. Or 15 minutes. Wobbling and waffling. A lot of absolute horse shit that nobody gives a fuck about. All that crap sitting there, and then you've got him going, give me your money. I need your money. I don't care how you do it. Subscribe star, Patreon, YouTube membership, or buy me a coffee link, which you don't think he uses, but now that I've mentioned that, he'll probably go and set up a buy me a coffee, which is probably the best one of the lot, because see, if I was ever going to do it like that, that's what I would do. I would set up a buy me a coffee, because that is a thing of going, if you want to donate money towards the channel, there you go, have at it. You know, because personally, I don't want to do that. I am in a privileged enough position. I have a job. It's a fucking nightmarish job, but I have a job and I get on with it, and you know, it pays for everything that I do. I wouldn't feel right setting any of that crap up, right? I just wouldn't. I never have done, and I will stand firm on it. I understand why some people do, but to actively sit in a room and beg for money, beg people to give you money because your cameras are 2 years old, get a grip. Honestly, get a fucking grip. And once you've got it, shut it down, man. Just, you're paying. Oh, sorry, I haven't even kept up with the chat. I got off the one there. I don't want to do this because it's been, 2.5 years, whatever it's been, and I really don't give a fuck, right? The man's blocked on everything on my thing, totally and completely, and I won't mention who this is. I won't say the person's name. I couldn't give a fuck about him, right? It's just, it can incense you as to how someone can do that, right? It is beyond belief, like genuinely beyond fucking belief. I make a point of not watching the news. That one, yeah, Kenny, it does rhyme with prick and a lot more besides. If only it could rhyme with see you next Tuesday. But I make a point of not watching the news, but I hear a lot about what goes on. And then when you see in fleeting passing that there is someone sitting saying that basically, you know, cameras are showing their age. Why? What the fuck? What? Get a perspective. Get a grip on reality. Shut down your seedy office space. Sell a lot of the gear and move it back into your house and continue to do it that way. Right? Right. Put Fleetwood Mac back on. Sorry. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'll stop there, because if I keep going, it could go bad. But yeah, let's see. Embarrassing free shit hunter still waiting on that wee bit of plastic. Do you know, I hate to disappoint you, Kerry, but it went in the bin. New achievement. Elite Range 1 million XP. Do you know, that's the thing, right? I would rather do blowing gasket sessions, getting angry at people about the highway code, for example, right, earlier on in the year. I'm sorry to see you go, Kerry, but, you know, that is what it is. There will be 5 more people ready to replace you, you know. I'm joking. For those that watch the channel now that don't have a clue what any of that means, I'm joking. What was I saying? Something got to remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I'd rather be ranting about the likes of the highway code, right? I'd rather be doing that. I'd rather be complaining about things that matter. That shit don't matter. It really doesn't. And that's partly why I stopped it, was purely because it's like, this isn't healthy. It's just not healthy. It's fun to a degree, and it needs to be said at times, but I'm not going to dedicate an entire channel to it anymore because I need to think of my own mental sanity, to be honest. And there's another channel out there, right, that does reactions to Ken Domick. Don't know if anyone knows him, that guy that's a food reviewer over in Canada. But weirdly, that channel that reacts to him won't allow you to criticise them criticising him, which is hypocritical. Now, I watched that channel. I thought some of it was funny, but a lot of it was shit. And it repeats itself too much. But I watched that, and you make a point of saying to them, right, by the way, I'm not really too keen on this, but okay, I'll stand by it. I get what you're trying to do here. And then you get banned on a reaction channel. What a hypocritical thing to do. Honest to God. Could film a no bad review on a mobile these days? Aye, exactly. You could film any YouTube video on a phone now. I mean, even what I was using until I got the camera I've got now was a GoPro Hero 7. I've still got it. It's here. I had 2 of these and I sold the other one. I mean, it's beaten up, but, you know, that's what filmed most of the drives and all that back at the start. You could do any YouTube stuff like that. You don't need thousands and thousands of pounds worth of gear. Yeah, sometimes it will make it look better, but if you can't edit a video to make yourself look less grainy, then I'm sorry, there's no hope for you. If you've got a DSLR and you've got yourself so heavily saturated and over sharpened in every single thing that you can actually see every pixel in definition, you don't know exactly what you're doing then with the camera in the first place. So why do you need to invest in some new ones that will show up even more of the flaws about how you can't balance the colour? Hashtag just saying. It was a good laugh, Craig. It really was, mate. It was, yeah. It was. The whole thing was. Yeah, decent lighting. Phone's all you need, and a wee cheap mic sorted. Reese, I have filmed all the videos using my phone. Yeah, exactly. And in fact, to be totally honest, see if you watch the Lone Rangers videos of some of the car shows he's been to, they're better than mine, because I'm using this, which has got heavy cropping on it. So to try and get the actual footage of the cars, you've got to be standing like a country mile away like that, trying to get the actual whole car in. I'm making excuses now because the last one, it was all bumper-tastic. I don't mind a bit of, bumper footage personally, however. But yeah, that is genuinely all you need. You don't need to spend, what, 5, 6, 7, 800 plus. There's cameras out there that are like $2,000 and there's people using them and you go, I admire your honesty, Kerry. Do you know the reason why I didn't do that? Was pretty much the same. I'm too thick for that as well. That, and I believe 2 years ago that reviewing is no. I'd rather just have a laugh. That's, at the end of the day, essentially all I would rather be doing. Just have a laugh. Yeah, you should do that, Kenny and Craig. Get a channel set up. Mobility scooters. We can do a race. I'll bring the MX-5. You can bring the scooters, and we'll get Reese to bring along. We'll get him to bring along his dolly. We'll do a race. You'll probably win, because electric's all the rave these days, isn't it? It's genuinely the only way to go now. Pure, it's like everybody's got one. And that could be tonight's blown gasket session discussion point for the car side of things. I'm sick of the sight of Teslas now. They are the new smugmobile. They really are. Can you please give Cardboard Rangers a shout out? I can, Reese, but to be honest, I think you'd be better doing that. There's only 10 people watching here. I think probably already all in it if they are. And to be honest, we're not really doing too much with it now, are we? Save it for next week. But yeah, Teslas, smugmobiles at the minute. You see them everywhere now, and it always seems to be that they're getting driven at warp speed everywhere. No, it's nothing to do with me being jealous about the fact that I've still got to go through the gears to get up to speed. It's the fact that it's dangerous in a built-up area when you see one of these things going and you're like, holy fuck, what? The speed coming out of those things, and it's just because it's instant. And don't get me wrong, I know it's fun, but not in a built-up area. Come on, man. I seen it yesterday when I was finishing work. Oh, come on. You don't need to be doing that. Fucking hell. Plus the fact that the demand is way outstripping what is actually available when it comes to charge points that are out and about, especially up here. It's dreadful now. Yeah, Teslas are fucking out. They are. I've noticed it a lot more now. It's like, especially in and around like built up areas, really heavily populated areas. It's like in Glasgow where I live. There's hundreds of them now everywhere, and I was in again, it was Shawlands, ironically, the other day, and there was one flooring it down a narrow road that had cars parked up the entirety of each side, and you're going, because I was sitting at the side of the road, and I thought, you just had the boom as it went flying by, and you're thinking, and now don't get me wrong, I know that there is plenty of people out there that drive like idiots, myself included, but there are people out there that will do that in these sort of areas. But I always think, you know, you're in a built-up area like that, why on the name of fuck would you want to do that? Yeah, if you want to use launching it, fine, but God, that would make you feel ill, I think. Reese, let's not mention that until next week. We'll come at that next week. Few playing cars in the wheels, boss. I think I'm missing half the conversation here. Yeah, okay, Craig, you'd have to run the studio. You're setting up the channel now. I need to get your name. Give me a fuel power car over an EV any day. Exactly, Tommy, exactly. I never want to have an EV. The missus is desperate for us to get one. She says the next car we buy will be, but I personally, I just can't stand the idea of it. I really can't. Midlife Motors, how are you doing, my man? I've got an Ioniq 5 for review at the moment. It's mad fast. Yeah, but is it mad fast in the sense of like mad fast on the motorway, or is it mad fast when you're pulling away from the lights in the built-up area? Hello, still vaping. That's how I came here first. Todd sent me. How you doing? We were talking about that at the start of the stream, and a small discussion about that. I'm not going back there because I will get angry again. Yeah, still vaping though. Still vaping. Of course. I love it. The fucking cost of the batteries is unbelievable. Is it though? I remember, was it when they first came out with the Nissan Leaf, it was Midlife Motors pulling away from the lights, yeah. See, to be honest, I do that in Scarlet. When you get the chance on the inside lane, boom, sorry, the outside lane, not the inside lane, the outside lane. Yeah, I know that will go a lot faster than a 30-year-old MX-5 from the lights, obviously, but yeah, I can understand why you would do that. But it's just when you see people doing it, especially in a Tesla, in a really heavily populated area, it's just not. But the batteries, was it not something like the original Nissan Leaf that was it 10k to replace a battery? Reese will know. They are around 20k. Is it? For a battery? That's a good point, Volk. Actually, that is a very good point. I have an electric cigarette, so it makes sense. I have an EV too, a Corsa E, and it's a Corsa. Do you know what I will admit, I like the Honda, is it the E-Up? Or if I got that totally wrong, no, that's the Up is the VW. The Honda, the E, that one, the original design was beautiful, right? On paper, I thought, yeah, that looks good. As did the concept car that they came out with. Oh God, what was the name of that? Was it just the Honda Concept? Honda Concept EV. Let me guess, that was probably what it was called. Well, that's a good point, actually, when you look at it that way. I suppose it's the modern world and all that. We are going to eventually all end up having to drive EV. The Honda E, yeah, as I look at that, is it? It is the Honda E. I don't know why I was thinking E-Up. It's like E-Up. That's when Honda gets bought out by Volkswagen. That's what it'll be called. E-Up. That'll be it. These Hyundais are very nice inside and well built now, to be honest. Much nicer than an Audi. Really? Huh. I'm surprised. Oh, I'm surprised at that. I don't want to listen to Kenny Loggins or that. But Huey Lewis in the news. Yeah. I'm surprised at that. Nicer than an Audi. I have seen them about, a couple of them. Some EVs look really good, some look ugly. Let's think. An ugly one. What would be an ugly one? Off the top of my head. Okay, we could go back to the original one. The one that, you know, everybody hates, the original Smugmobile. But I'm trying to think of the modern crop. See, I kind of like the look of the ID. That's grown on me over the years. I'm not too keen on the... Is it the Porsche one? The Cayman, is it? Yeah, the Prius is a fucking god-awful car, but that's a get-out, because that's years old. The Prius is fucking awful, but it's not the worst. What is the worst? I'll show you. If I can find it quick enough. I absolutely hate. Yeah, I'd stick to an MX-5 as well, to be honest. I don't know if, purely off topic for a minute, but did anyone see the video? I think it's on YouTube somewhere, that an MX-5 was changed to batteries. I'm not sure I'd want to do it, but it's not a bad idea. Keeps the car on the road, all that. You can drive it anywhere you like. Fair enough, but nah, not for me. Let's see. I can't find it quick enough. I've actually just typed in EV car. I do like the Honda E. I must admit, I do like it. What is this thing? Oof. Hang on till I download this. This is the accept save image. Right, this is not something that we're going to... Okay, on a scale of this is absolutely fugly. There you go. That is the Willing Mini EV. Jesus. That's new, right? That's new on the market this year. Long range variant. Who makes it? Kill it with fire. Yeah, exactly. Who makes this? I genuinely just put in... Oh, Alexa, shut up. I thought I'd turned that off. Willing Mini, blah, 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 blah. It's in China. So, yeah, hopefully it never makes its way over here. Just make that disappear off my screen now, please. That's... What else have we got here? Do you know what I don't like the look of? This will be controversial. BMWs now. See the front grills on them? Hideous. They look dreadful. They look... No, I don't like them. They look appallingly bad. I can't stand them. Oh, there it is there. There's the Honda. The Honda EV. I do still like this car. I would, at a push, actually take this one, to be honest. If I was going to have one, that would probably be it. Oof, that's a bit on the big side. Scale that down. He looks like he's enjoying himself and having a nice time there. I'll get it scaled right. There you go. I like that. I do still like that. Do you not like that, Reese? I still kind of like it. I preferred the original version, like the pre-release. See the one that was the concept? That was a looker. I thought, yeah, if you're going to sell it, because it was essentially a modern day take on an old Golf GTI. It looked the part. I thought, yes, I'd buy that any day of the week. Give me it now. Take my money, please. All that good old generic stuff. Oh, the BMW grills, yeah, they are fucking dreadful. They are. I seen one the other day. It's as if it's been left out in the sun too long and it's melted, in a horrendous way. Not that I think anything looks good that's melted, but you know, it's just... What's that? It's a bit like that. That. There you are. There's the BMW grill. Me not like it anymore. Me definitely not like it. Let's try to see if I could see one of those. Is it the old... That's it. The Porsche... What the fuck is this called? Whatever the Porsche is called. I don't like it. It's not the Cayman, is it? The Honda, yeah, you're right, Midlife Motors, it doesn't. That's the only reason why I probably wouldn't get it now. Is it not really meant for just like city driving? But you're right, it doesn't have the range, which is disappointing. And the difference between going from the pre-production to what we finally get on the road is not right. It's just... It's not 100% there anymore, but I like it, Would I own one to go on a journey with the family? No. That's probably the only way I could put that. An EV Roadster in the works. That's what we need. It needs to be affordable though. That's the only thing. It has to become affordable. It's got to be something where people can buy it and use it. It's got to be usable as well. It's a lot of boxes to tick, especially if you're doing a roadster, because obviously it's got to still be small, lightweight, and it's got to have good distribution. It's a difficult one to do that, but I think if you nail it, then happy days. It'll be worth it in the end. But yeah, I don't know how that one's going to work. I would love to have seen the Honda one come to the fore, to be honest. That one would have been good. Genuinely would have been brilliant to see that one happen. Ah, look who's in! I just had time for a bit of sexual healing. Mark, how you doing? We actually had a discussion earlier on that you would probably have enjoyed briefly. The Stinger, Tommy, that does look good. That really does. I seen that being reviewed. Was it earlier last year? I can't remember who it was. Was it what's his name? Him it does. Used to be Car Pervert, which was the name I wanted. Johnny Smith. He done a review of it. It's a stunning bit of kit, that, and it's not that expensive either, I don't think now. Although, let's be honest, most people buy everything on hire purchase now, or it's bought through some other company or something or other, lease, rent, all that. I'm good, Mark. Thanks. I've seen your post earlier on, mate. Hope you're good, man. Always here. The Stinger, for a Kia, it's a nice looking car. Genuinely, it is a nice looking car. It's surprising that they came out with that, especially when they used to have was it the Seed? You think, I don't know, what, how did you come out with that garbage? You think, ugh. But I want to save talking down some cars for when we start next week, because next week we're going to start doing a thing where part of the show will be desert island cars, so we will feature cars that we hate and rant about them, and then we can do a vote and see who wants to put it into the desert island. It'll be a bit like Room 101, sort of. We'll do that. I was surprised by how good it looked and sounded when it passed me. Do you know what it reminds me of? It's a bit like my favourite modern day Alpha, which would be the 159. It's one of those cars that you see it on the road and you go, I could have had that. You know, it's that thing. It's like, it looks that cool when maybe, let's say you're driving along and you're in an Audi, right, and you think you are the king of the road, etc., all the stereotypes that go with that. You think that's you, and you're driving along and then you see that pull by you. You go, fuck, I could have had that. That could have been me driving that. I just, that's the way I would look at that. I think that's definitely, it's on that par for me. Whenever I see one, I think, yeah, I'd have liked that. The other one that I like is at the Peugeot 5009, they're calling it. That is a nice looking car. Is it the 5009 or the 509? I don't even fucking remember now. That's a good looking car. Even their SUV was good when it came out. I was surprised. Again, it was a surprise. You think, Peugeot have been releasing shit for years, and then all of a sudden, bang. And I remember going into the showroom. I actually went to see, it was the 3008 when that came out, because, again, the missus, she wanted a practical car. It had to be, because the one that we used to own went to fuck. So she wanted to pick it. We went to have a look at it. I must admit, I liked it. I won't lie, I was shocked. I thought, this is pretty space age shit here. And it's not bad priced either. Loved it. It's good. Yeah, it's the 508. I just looked it up there. That's a nice looking car. I do like that. In fact, 2 seconds. I'll bring it up on screen. All right, Mick. I said it went too Scottish there. Hi, Mick. How you doing? It's a surprise when you see other people coming in now. Can I bring this on? No, fuck it. Some web link. I had a 309 for a few years and nearly died of boredom. Was that the... Oh, was that the 308? I mean, the one with the droopy mirrors on it. Oh, it's a horrible machine. You still see them, still on the road now, and you go, God, how depressing. Imagine who's driving them now other than Deliveroo drivers when they're, let's be honest, running them into the ground now. I love the 306. Are you talking about the old 306, like from the late 80s into the 90s? I can get behind that. The later stuff, like by late 90s into the thousands, no, I'm out. Get that law? No chance. The Stinger would be a match for an MX-5. Over what distance? If you go from like start of my table to the end of my table, we'll see. Peugeot makes some great looking cars. How do you find the split dash? So, I kind of liked it. It was strange. It was weird. I did like it. It's that thing of the step down. I think would take a bit of getting used to it, but also it's been said a million times before. The fact that the binnacle was so low and they had to make a small steering wheel for it. I thought the steering wheel would be dreadful, but it's actually kind of good. It works. Again, it was that thing of I don't really want to go. I set out to hate it when I went to see it. Genuinely, I thought, nah, I don't want to like this. But you go, I could be seen in this. I could be quite happy driving this. I did kind of like it. I do think the 508 that they've made just now is nice, and the current generation of the 308, which, let's be honest, is basically the same thing. That's nice. The old 306, probably right. That's probably what I'm talking about. I traded a Fiesta Super Sport for the 309. Oh my god. Hang on. Stop music. Mick. What did you do? You traded in a Fiesta Super Sport for a Peugeot. Oh, get out. Seriously? I mean, we traded in a Polo. Well, I say we traded in. I got rid of a broken Polo. We'll talk about that someday, but it's still too raw. For a Ford Focus. Essentially, I downgraded, but just, Mick, no. I'm not on that level yet. I salute your struggle for all those years. That's brave. The small square-shaped 306. Yeah, I'll admit, yes, those, I would have one of them, no problem. Alright, so it was back in the 80s. Oh, always forgiven. You can have one of those, that's fine. I thought you were talking about the 2000s ones. I don't think there's anything more at that point in time, like 10 years ago, I don't think there was anything more depressing on the road. There is now, which we will talk about on Desert Island Cars next week. That's for sure. Driving a slow car fast is more fun than driving a fast car slow. Yes, yes, that. A million times that. It really is. I had so much fun, right? When I had the 1.2 litre, it's the Mark 6 Polo that I had 5-door, 1.2 litre, and it was so much fun. I remember, I don't know, can I tell this story? Maybe not the best idea. No, right, okay. Well, I might have, when we first got the car, we went for a run up to Glencoe in it. So it's like one of those rites of way. You must do it when you pass your test or when you buy a new car. You must go somewhere far-flung as far as possible and have an adventure. That's what I done. But we had not long bought the car from a certain massive sales company that might rhyme with shark. And that program, Hey Arnold, and then put the word shark on it, you know, for like the kids program. That place, we bought it from there. And I'll admit, I thought stupidly, and this is like one of my own big mistakes buying that car. It was a massive money pit. It was only about 4 years old at the time when I bought it. Anyway, we took it up to Glencoe literally the week after I bought the car, and I was doing some miles an hour in it, and it was lashing down with rain, and we were going up there, and there might have been a little bit of aquaplaning, and there might have been some stuff like that. We get back, and I put the car in for its MOT. This was like weeks after I bought it. And it turned out the brakes were shot, and alright, no, that's enough. That's all you need to know. The brakes were shot. Needless to say, I shouldn't have been doing what we were doing with it, and I fucked up right and royally. But there's a bigger backstory to that. But yeah, underpowered cars are so much more fun. That little Polo could take a roundabout in my local area quicker than anything else I can drive. And it used to do this really cool thing of, if you threw it in, because it's front wheel drive, you'd throw it in and the back would kind of bounce. It just, hey, when you went round the corner, you're like, what? It was so much fun. Genuinely, I agree with that totally. I would never change that. And that's, I do notice that with the MX-5 in particular. It's underpowered, but it's light. It's a lot lighter than the Polo was, and it's a lot grippier, so you can have a lot of fun. Midlife Motors. I had a 1.2 litre Corsa. Which generation was it? Because I like the... Is it the Corsa C or D? Was that the one that like all the driving instructors used to have? Was it the Corsa C? That they all had. I liked the GTI. The GTI? What the fuck am I talking about? I liked the souped up version that they done. They were always nice. But when you pass your test and you learn in one of those, you think, VXR, thanks Mark, can I get my head around that? Yeah, the VXR, that was it. See one of those with the red quilting in the interior? Oof. I mean, I know that that's all pointless because they always end up in a fucking McDonald's car park, but the VXR, that looked the part. And those, you used to get that with it. You know that thing you would do where you would sit and price up a car on the website and then look it all up? And you go, I done that all the time, and it was, yeah, it was worth it. What? You're joking. Bloody hell, Tommy. I was a serious body roll from Ben. I thought for a minute there you actually went off. I thought you flipped it for a minute there. I thought you actually went, you rolled it as I had skim read that there. No, body roll. Yeah, that's exactly what you got with the Polo. That was just like, it would lean and then jump when you would do it. It was fun. It was good fun. And that's what I don't understand. See, with, like, I've got a Focus now, and everyone, any proper car reviewer out there, always tell you, since the first iteration, oh, it's like the best handling car on the road. It handles like it's on rails. It really is that good. I think it's numb as fuck. I'm being brutally honest. I had more fun driving the Polo. The steering was heavier for a start, and it had better feel. That's that one we've got out there. I mean, don't get me wrong. When it has that piffy little EcoBoost, whenever it's got to be world's smallest turbocharger on it, yeah, that might sound like fun, but handling's pish. Like, genuinely, look at it going, I don't understand where they're coming from with this. Am I the only person in the world that thinks it's just boring? Like, it's just, I get in it and I have absolutely zero connection with it. I get, right, I'm going from A to B and that's it. I mean, I don't have any love for it. It wasn't my car to choose. I don't want to have Michael Jackson go away. Sweet dreams, that'll do. It wasn't my car to choose. My missus chose it because I made such a rip-roaring mess of it with the Polo. But, in fact, fuck it. The Polo, in 1 year, had new brakes, new tyres all round, because the fronts were bald. Needed new pads as well as the discs. It had a leak in the fuel pipe. It pished all the fuel out of the tank onto the drive outside the house, and then the timing belt went. In a year, I really did buy a pub, and there's more, but we'll save that for another day. Got a 1.3 Yaris station. Oh, there's one of those. That is a nice car. That would be fun. You know how, like, I don't know if Mark's still here, but you know how he had one of those spiced up Fiat 500s? I think that would be a better choice, personally. That would be good. I know a guy. Alright, so you aquaplaned, understeered and drifted round the roundabout. Do you know, I done that in Scarlet once because someone was trying to push me along the road and I was not joining in the slightest, and I went sideways round a roundabout, and even I was surprised that I held it. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just went whoa, there because I put the power down too soon. Or what little power there is, I put it down too soon. A GT6. You've had some good cars, Mick. The Focus ST with the 5-pot, it was a great car. What a drive. See, that's that. I don't know if it's just me. Granted, I've got a no frills version of the Focus, right? I'll admit that. It's it's got what you need and no more. And the reason for that is because when we had the Polo, it had all the trimmings and it was endlessly going wrong. So just get a car that will go from A to B, sometimes C, and that'll do, right? That was the way it went. So maybe I can understand it, but genuinely, I would rather, give me back my Polo. And it's still on the road today, and it's still failing its MOT every year. It's down south somewhere now, the last I checked. It failed its MOT last year for corrosion. See, again, there's me. I've never driven one. I've never driven a Focus ST, so maybe I might want to retract that statement, but the actual standard Focus, so that might be where the difference is, right? You're seeing people that are reviewing that, and they review all cars where it's, you've got all the bells and whistles and all the trinkets, and they're telling you it's an amazing car, amazing handling car, and yet when you go and buy it, but you're not buying the top of the range model, you're getting out on the road and then you're realising, no, this isn't exactly, you know, it's not what they're telling me it is. That's why I was disappointed, because the Polo, I thought, was a hell of a lot of fun. A hell of a lot of fun. And then all you ever see about reviewers is it's boring, it's bland, it's this, it's that, blah, blah, blah. But I always thought it was a good laugh. And you do feel like you're right on the edge. It's like, any more, if you push it, if you had any more power, you would probably be off the road in the hedge. That was how it always felt, like you were just on the edge. And most of the time, or all of the time, it was legal. My first car was a rear-wheel drive Toyota Starlet. Oh! Wow! What a first car! Tons of fun. Best regards from Belgium. Oh my god, it's Cohen! Cohen! I never noticed your name there. How are you? Cohen, that's who I bought the Jackson Racer intake from. Cohen, I hope you didn't watch the video where I took the Dremel to it. I'm sorry. But it wasn't fitting. I hope you're well, my friend. I genuinely, much love. I didn't know for a minute there. But don't watch that video. I think that's the latest video. I would never advise anyone to watch any of my shit, but definitely don't do that. Try the 5-cylinder, I saw how good it was. What an engine and great balance. Yeah. I might give that a shot at some point. Needs must. Yeah, do you know... Sorry. Do you know what it was? I never explained it properly in the video and I annoyed myself because I kind of rushed that one, and I hate rushing videos out because I want it to look good and be good, or as good as I can get it, right? But the problem was the actual cover of the intake was sitting right up against the front of the engine block, and the front part of the intake connects to the front bumper, and I wish I'd caught it on camera, but see the front number plate bracket? It was vibrating like crazy. Genuinely like fucking crazy. When you're sitting there and you're watching it, it's just... You're like, that never used to do that. Why is that doing that? And then it kind of penny dropped. It's actually... because it's resonating from the block through the intake, through the front bumper, and making its way into that, it was vibrating like mad. And I couldn't... Well, I knew that I was going to have to fix it, or I knew I was going to have to do something, but I was trying to avoid it and think, no, the problem will cure itself. It will go away. But needless to say, it didn't. And you could even hear it when you were driving the car. You think, shit, I'm going to have to sort this. And you know, there isn't even any videos on YouTube of anyone taking liberties with one of those. And I thought, is it just me? But the car throttle video where they installed it, they did mention that they might have to make some alteration to it, and then there was a cutscene, and then miraculously it's fitting. Yeah, it fit fine. You think, okay. So, and that was a few years ago. So there are people who say they have had to kind of cut a few bits and pieces here and there. But yeah, sorry, Cohen. Genuinely, I'm really sorry. And I'm annoyed because it's no longer mint condition like it once was. It was in pristine nick. Now I've taken the Dremel to it in two places. I didn't film it, but on the back there was it's the power steering rack that's behind there. The power steering pump, that's right behind it, and that rubs against it. So I took the sandpaper drill one and in there as well, and that's cleared it, and it seems to be that it's pretty much spot on now, thankfully. And the number plate's no longer vibrating as much, so that's, it's clearing it now, which is all that you can ask for, thankfully. What time is it? I said I was only going to do an hour and 10. I think we'll call it quits shortly, because I need to actually go and speak to Reese offline and test that everything's working. But thanks to those that have come in tonight. I know this is all a bit off the cuff and off the hoof slightly, and not really overly promoted or that. It's just not my bag to do all that stuff. Genuinely, it's really not. I don't like doing it. That's why I always get Reese involved, because Reese will do it. It's like, as soon as I pop a video up, there's Reese posting it here, there, everywhere. So Reese, thank you. always there, posted it, whereas I can't be bothered with that. I feel like I'm pestering people. See, if you actually post a link on Facebook, it's just, nah, I don't like doing it. Yeah, so thank you for coming in, and thank you to those who are all subscribed. If you're sitting and watching this after it's went out, God help you, because I have no idea what I've been saying for the last hour odd, but yeah. Oh, hang on. Turn down the danger zone and put that off now. More important news here. Live is always good for a laugh. Yeah, I agree, Mick. It's been a great stream earlier. I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, thanks, Tom. It's good to see you. I know that sometimes I think, like, I'll reply on... I try to reply... I say, that sounds so wanky. I hate when people on YouTube do that. I try to reply to every comment. Really, I do. I try my hardest. Fuck off. Like, you're not interested. But I don't get a lot. So, I will reply to absolutely everyone. And I like having conversation back and forth. And I think, well, it's partly why we might do a live. But starting next Saturday night, it will be me and Reese. Reese will be on as well. And Reese is a lot more clued up than I am. I have a lot of thoughts in my mind that go flying all over the shop, and Reese has the knowledge. So he will be here to keep me on course. As like with the Peugeot earlier on, like, because is it the 308? Is it the 208? Is it 206? Is it the 3008? Is it the this? Is it the that? Because it's all numbers, and you think, what car am I thinking about? And the VXR as well. It's like, fucking hell. Yeah, I know, Tommy, that's the thing. I do that as well. I'll reply, I wished he would have been here tonight, but Adam, or normally appears as Ard's Corner, Mr. Fast Show. I wish he was here tonight, because constant back and forth with him. Every time the video goes out, without fail, every night, there's some sort of smutty comment from the Fast Show about how he's just something or other. If you watch the Fast Show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And he always gets his comments banned, and I can't see them on YouTube because YouTube bans them as well. Like, just make it clean. That's all I can say. Make it clean. So clean enough so that YouTube will at least put it into the they'll put it into the spam folder so that I can actually go, yeah, approve. Because I don't really give a fuck off. As long as I can see it. You always see, like, you'll have an Ard's Corner has commented something, and then under it I've replied, then he's replied again, but you can't see it, and then it says it's like 4 replies or something. You go, like, mate, you've done it again. It's like every goddamn time you've done it again. It's like, I mean, I'd love to know some of what he puts, because it must be bad if YouTube are actually blocking me from seeing it, never mind putting it into the spam filter, which I've got the spam filter set to its lowest setting, so you can literally go nuts. Which was nice. Yes, I know. Do you know the one that I love? Every time I don't want. I don't want to go on because I could sit here for like another hour, and I don't want to do that. I don't. I don't want anyone to feel obliged to have to sit through any more of my crap. But I love the ones whenever you see. It's Adam. Whenever Adam posts. Whenever he posts Swiss Tony or something like that, it's like, laying carpet is very much like making love to a beautiful woman. Like, oh my God. Every time he replies with those kind of comments, you just hear it in your mind. And there was one day, I was coming home from work about 2 weeks ago. Work's been horrendous, right? I'm not going to fucking go on about it, but it's been absolutely horrific the last couple of weeks. And I got home, I pulled in, and I went onto the YouTube app on my phone, comment, and I thought, oh, I'll have a look at that. I couldn't stop laughing at whatever it was that he wrote. I can't remember. But I just thought, yeah, I love that sort of thing. I really do. And that's why, again, I wanted to start doing this, because it's that thing of going, thank you. And it's the winter, and the weather's shit outside. So, it's dark nights, and I'm not going to sit in the house and watch Strictly Sequins or whatever it is that's on the telly. That's just not me. I won't be caught watching that sort of stuff, or any of the other crap that's on. So, like if I've got a free night and Reese is willing to come on, and if you're willing to watch, we'll do it. Midlife Motors, trying to add subscribers is hard. Some groups are happy for you to share, others go bonkers. It's the way it is, isn't it? Personally, I really couldn't care less, but there are people who take it to a stream, and I'm not going to name any names, but there's one person I can think of in particular who's in the car scene and in Scotland who overshares, and that is, no, I'm not. There's a fine line, I think, with spamming your stuff. There's extreme ends that'll say, I can't be fucked doing any of this, I'm just going to go live and we'll wing it. And then there's I'm going to spam the hell out of this on every Facebook group I can find, and everyone and anyone must know about it. That's the two extremes. You want to be somewhere in the middle, I always think, or to the more I can't be arsed side of things. I'm not going to piss anyone off, because I done that early days, and I was partially guilty of that. Not really through when it was the old channel, it was through the excitement of, I want people to see this because I think this is funny. That was the way of doing it. But doing it now and spamming a link to every video every time in about 18 different groups. Nah, man, come on to fuck. Nobody needs that. And don't get me wrong, the annoying thing is, say it's annoying, it works, but your view count will stay the same, or it'll peak a bit. But you might be getting subscribers, but they're dead subs, because it's just people that are going, oh yeah, I'll subscribe, fuck it, you're a car reviewer, go for it. So it's like, I prefer organic. That's, I don't like organic food though, look at me. Always, yeah, thanks, Tommy. I genuinely appreciate it. Like, if anyone comes in and watches this live, I appreciate it. If you watch it, repeat watching any of the crap that I've put out over the last couple of years as well. Genuinely, I appreciate it. Honestly, I couldn't thank anyone enough. It's been great doing it so far. You'd think I was ending it here and saying that's it, I'm never coming back, but some people would wish that, but no. I do love doing it. It's good fun. It really is good fun. Back in the day, me and my mate used to trade gun show scripts with each other while driving. The best. Gooden? What's Gooden? Mick, you're gonna have to help me out. I don't know what that is. Is it like Grange Hill? Is it something like that from back in the day? Gun. Trade gun show scripts. What was gun show? I don't know what that is. Am I being intentionally dense? Is that what it is? I'm not 100% here. What is a gun show? Is it Goonies? Is that not like a comic book? I'm a wee bit kind of slow now. I think that's us close to the end. And I've just realised I've got my chat on the wrong bit as well. That's highly unprofessional. But please remember and donate all your money to me. Bloody youngster, Spike Milligan, Peter Sellers, and Harry Seacombe show from the 50s. Oh, right, okay, I'd never heard of it. I'll be totally honest, we'd never heard of it. I'm a 80s, late 80s born, 90s child. Unfortunately, I'm classed as a millennial. I fucking hate that phrase. I fucking hate it. What is the other one? You're a millennial, but you are a... What is it they call you? I don't even like hearing that one either. I can't stand them. I would rather be, considered an 80s. I was an 80s baby and that's it. It's like, I cannot stand being called a millennial. It's like, because I'm not a fucking millennial. I never have been and I never will be. And it's not a slight on people who act in a certain way. It's more that I don't want to be in with that crowd. It's like I'm not fully behind all of the ideals. I'm not saying I'm not saying that means I'm not behind all the ideals. Some, not all. It's a radio show that runs. See, this is why Reese is going to be on next week. This is exactly why Reese is going to be on. He knows everything. There's not a lot he doesn't know about. It's a radio show that ran from 1951 to 1953. So essentially, it was The Archers before it was The Archers. Right? Something like that. 1955 vintage here. Yeah, well, that's some good run, Mick. That's, believe me, you've seen a lot. You've went through all the... I would have loved... That's why I was playing 80s, because I love the 80s. I love everything about the 80s. I watch Ashes to Ashes and Life on Mars, the TV shows. I know it glamorizes it slightly, but it also shows you the murky side, and that's why I like it. Because, you do look through it. You do look at it through Rubik's Cube rose-tinted specs and go, yeah, I'd love to live then. Genuinely, I would. I would far rather not have as much tech. I would love to not have all this where you're contactable every minute and trackable every minute of the day. I hate that about modern life. It's the one thing I hate above everything else, right? Above anything, including Victor Mullen. It's the one thing I hate more than anything else in this world is purely that. In a nutshell, you're contactable 24/7 and there's no excuse for you not to be. I hate that. I absolutely hate it. And if you say you put your phone in flight mode, well, that's you intentionally going out your way to be avoided. So people are going to... Oh, yeah, I know, sorry, I name drop. Well, I mean, fuck, nobody's going to watch this 1 hour and 21 minutes in, come on. If you're here now, then you deserve it. I was a glam rocker in the early 70s T-Rex. Oh. Until I discovered Deep Purple. Sure. Tunes, my man. Oops, sorry. I was just thinking there. Have we got... I'm using Spotify. Let's see. Deep Purple. I'm telling you, right, I've sat today and I thought, I'm going to put on a playlist and I'll see if I can find something decent. See, try to find a decent 80s playlist that isn't full of ballads. Hard going. It's been hard going because I was genuinely looking for like some just some random good generic 80s decent background stuff to put on, and yet there you are. It's like you've got ballad after ballad and you're like, good God, I know that it was like that was the time for it, but no, I'd rather not play that sort of stuff. This is Deep Purple. Let's just see. And I don't try. Yeah, it's even Ballard or Total Cheese. Yeah, it is. Hi Ho Silver. Reese, we're going to need to talk about your taste in 80s music. If you want a good 80s song, in fact, I don't even know, is it? Versus Carrie till Tuesday. I don't know, is this 80s? I can't remember. Sounds proper 80s. hang on a minute. I want to play it again. I've turned the volume down. There we go. There you go. I like this sort of thing. Stock Aitken and Waterman. Quite literally, back in the 1980s, when everybody talked like that and we were all going, hi, how are you? Welcome along. We're going to be playing some Senina. Shit like that. That's another thing, right? For those that this has been such a random. I love this. This has been fucking brilliant. I used to be a DJ back in the day because I have a face for the radio. I remember a certain radio and TV presenter who should have. There you are. Yes. I love this song. It was on, I don't want to try to balance the sound levels, but I can't even remember how I first heard this song, but I thought, what a tune. Because there's something we'll talk about down the line, I'm sure, but see how you get these, the Essential Driving Mix albums out now, buy it, CD. Yeah, you get, who buys CDs now, for fuck's sake? But you know how you get these albums? They're normally crammed full of shit, and then you've got good songs like that. I mean, that intro, right? I'm gonna put it back, turn it up a bit, try not to blow out the speakers, but just this intro when you're driving, right? I love it. 80s cars are amazing. Yeah, that is basically it, Reese. Enough said there. An 80s car, do you know, it's a real geeky thing. In fact, we'll talk about that again, something coming weeks, but the only station tuned in my house car is Planet Rock. Good choice. Personally, I always use playlists now. When I'm when I'm at work or if I'm in the car, it's playlists. When I'm in Scarlet, we don't listen to music, we listen to the engine. But when I'm in the other car, or if I'm at work, I'll use playlists, because radio these days in general is fucking... It's not very good. I mean, it is. This is radio, and it's like... and it's all the same songs, and you're like, Jesus, play something a bit different, would you? I don't need to hear Ed Sheeran 8 times in one day. Come on, I've had enough. Move on. But I do like Planet Rock. I do listen to that occasionally. I'll listen to Radio X if I've got to have anything like that. Sounds a lot like the intro to The Police, Every Breath You Take. It does, actually. It's on a similar BPM. Definitely, aye. Yes, it's pretty... Every breath you take, I'll be creeping, watching you in the bush. Something like that. Play the intro to Stay With Me by Faces. That's an intro. I think I know that. That is Stay With Me. Right, hang on. Right, we'll put that off. Bring this one in. I know what you're talking about. That sounds a bit... That's a bit, you know, like The Who. I have just realised that we have gone so off track. This has turned into a... Oh, which intro sounds good? Yeah, I like that, Mick. But is that on now? That's what I call driving essentials. Probably not. One of the songs in my driving mix is Radar Love. Let's not forget Silver Machine by Hot Wind, the version where Lemmy sings. You'll be chances of me finding that on here, no chance. But before we go, anyone else got any other requests? Oh, I've listened to Metallica for Whom the Bell Tolls really loud. Mick, Radar Love. Let's see. Driving mix. My driving mix is Radar Love. Okay, we'll do that. Radar Love. Radar Love. Go there. Sorry, right. I never done that justice. We'll start it again. We're all guitar freaks here. I've got to be honest. Not fully my bag, but I do like it. This is a belter of a driving song, right? I'll give you that. 2 seconds. I did say we were going to end this, but you know, I'll just need to change my batteries. YouTube's going to have an absolute field day with this stream. Ramstick! Oh no. Who was it that suggested this? Midlife Motors. So, tune. I think this is what you would put on a angry driving album. You know, one of those where it's 5:30. I must get home. Get the out of my way. All right. right. That's enough. That'll do. YouTube's going to have an absolute field day with the copyrighting of this video. Chances are it'll probably get struck. Somersault. Oh God, right. No, we need to stop. What's that? 9:30. That's an hour and a half. That's plenty. Yeah, we'll call that quits. Obviously, thanks to everyone who's come in. I know not everyone's bag this. I don't really. It is what it is. It's the same when we did the 360 Just the Drives. Not everybody watches them. I expect everyone to watch them. It's not everyone's bag, but you know, we'll start doing this properly next week. And yeah. Oh my God, this is like fucking yeah. Right, okay, hang on. I if you want me to do it, I'll do it properly, right? But I need to go back to the 80s, because if you want to do proper pop pickers, it's got to be the 80s. What's a good 80s track with an intro on it that you can do? Oh, I know. I think I played it earlier. We'll do it again, because there is only one track in the world right now that matters, and it is this one. Quite literally, then. Coming up next week, we'll be having some quality entertainment on show. But right now, we're going to end with Toto. And they're down in Africa, where I imagine the weather is a lot better than what it is here in good old United Kingdom of Great Britain. Toto, take it away. I've still got it. It never left me. Oh, what a fucking bizarre stream. You'd be a perfect radio DJ. I was, but nobody hired me because I couldn't do the whole this is radio. It's like, I couldn't sit there pressing play, stop. Oh, you don't even need to do that now. It's all automated. Like, it's boring. Coming up in 3 minutes' time, we'll be having the traffic and the travel. Right, yeah, thanks again for the 8 millionth time. I'm going to end it now. Thank you for coming in, all of you. It's been brilliant. Loved it. We'll do it next week again, 8 o'clock. Probably go for 2 hours, and you might do some more tunage. Depends. I think what we could do is we'll probably do like the last half hour, because we're going to do Desert Island Cars, where me and Reese go up against each other about a car that we hate, and then you get to decide which one goes to the island. We'll do that probably about an hour into the stream, and then we'll maybe do open with the do you know, Mick, if I can find that, I'll do that. Whatever the hell it is, because you don't make any money out of YouTube, right? I don't anyway, so what's the point in not playing copyrighted stuff? It's so much better than playing all the, royalty free. As much as I use that in the normal videos, but on a stream, okay, what does it matter? The video's probably going to get taken down. But yeah, on that note, we shall end it there. As always, if you have been, thank you very much for watching, and until next Saturday night at 8-ish, I think Reese is probably gone to bed now. He's had enough. Reese, you still there? Next week, you're doing this. That's like, me and you next week, if you are there at all. But yeah, on that note, we'll call it quits, and until the next one, I will see you then.